A hot topic at the minute again is oval chainrings or not.
Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
One of the things I've seen that's kind of coming into play, like we're starting to see a few more people getting back on oval chainrings. It's one of the things that I used back in the day in like 2014, probably like one of the first people to actually go over to ovals. At that time I was riding an asymmetric. I've got the winning machine beside me, and I had a 56 on that bike. Nowadays we can get like, asymmetric did up to like a 58. And then there's some other companies, I've even seen that you can get like 60 and 62s now. I think one of the things that a lot of people stuff with that, on the bigger chain rings is whether it's going to clear a lot of the stays, because if you look at like a lot of the new bikes, the stays are like really wide now. So obviously this could, with being a lot bigger, could actually catch the stays. Downsides of asymmetrics for some people are the fact that the shifting has always been compromised a little bit. So it's fine if you run like a one by system, or you're not too interested in like the little ring. But generally there was always a problem, like with the shift. If you've got a good mechanic, a lot of the time you can fine tune it. And generally what you have to do is, a lot of the companies, they made like pegs that actually sent the rear mech backwards. So then it could, like when it's at like its peak force, it would clear that. Personally, I'm gonna go back to riding asymmetrics. I just find that I get better inertia out of the pedal stroke. Like I haven't ever really found that it generates like more power. I just think it delivers a more efficient pedal stroke. It's the best way I can describe it is it just feels like you're riding fixed. You've just got like that inertia of the gear. What I've definitely seen is that I just almost feel like I've got less of a build-up of lactic acid. So I think like for triathletes, it could be one of those things that you can probably find that there's a bit of a gain to be made there. But it's just ultimately, if you go for something like an asymmetric chainring 2x, you just got to be really wary of kind of getting the gears all tuned in. And generally what I find is, say if you ride like a 54 chainring, you're better off getting like a 56, because the reason that I ended up changing from asymmetrics was down to the fact that I had a 56 on, but I just have a big enough gear. So I know that they say at the peak of the force, like a 56 will probably equate to like having a 60 or a 62, but I definitely feel like you end up spinning the gear a lot faster. So it's definitely worth going up for a bigger size. Some other companies that actually do these, a rotor. This is like, it's a bit more of it looks like a bit more of an egg, where they've really worked on the gearing itself, and they've actually got lifting pegs on the back. I think the downside of this is the fact that you can get up to like a 56. For a pure time trialist, then they're probably going to want something that's a bit bigger really, because again, they're just going to run out of gear, they're going to run out of gears. Another good company, I haven't got one to show you right now, but Pyramid, they've done really good chainring, and basically they can look at like your peak force. You basically ride a watt bike or a rotor chain set, and they'll actually make you a custom chainring to where your dead spot is on like the pedal stroke. It's definitely one of those things to experiment with. There's for and against like both of them. Me personally, you're going to see me back on like the chain rings for like this year, ready to do some damage and hopefully some fast times.